Welcome to SourceFed. I'm Elliot Morgan. We're gonna roll the intro. You're gonna watch it for a second. I'm gonna get something, so here we go. As it turns out, sometimes, guys, censorship is bad. Who knew, right? Apparently, the archaic legislation that was born out of fear and the overstated dangers of drugs like marijuana or mushrooms are hindering research in important areas of science. Just give the scientists their drugs, governments, okay? The laws and international conventions go all the way back to the 1960s, okay? And they're setting everything back according to a new piece from Nature Review's Neuroscience, one of my favorite peer-reviewed journals that I don't read. David Nutt is a professor of neuropsychopharmacology, a career he chose after arranging letters from a spoonful of SpaghettiOs, and he stated, the decision to outlaw these drugs was based on their perceived dangers, but in many cases, the harms have been overstated. He goes on to make this jarring, controversial, and totally plausible claim. The laws amounted, quote, to the worst case of scientific censorship since the Catholic Church banned the works of Copernicus and Galileo. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa. Because these old-timey laws haven't adapted to the advances of modern-day science, many of which have shown less of a danger from these substances than previously thought. The reason for all of this is because, you guessed it, politics. Go figure. Nutt went on to say, if we adopted a more rational approach to drug regulation, it would empower researchers to make advances in the study of consciousness and brain mechanisms of psychosis, and could lead to major treatment innovations in areas such as depression and PTSD. And what credentials does Nutt have? Like, none, okay? Dude was fired from being a government advisor because he criticized the government for ignoring data regarding the safety of weed and ecstasy, because if there's one thing that the government does not like, it's being criticized, or questioned, or having their dirty secrets revealed. Snowden. Back to the subject at hand. I agree with this dude, okay? Archaic laws should be re-evaluated, but now that we've returned to the subject at hand, let's just deviate for a second back to abstract land, because that's where I like to remain. I find it comfortable and cozy and everything. So update the legislation, cure some freaking diseases, and chop up some brains and inject them with chemicals or whatever. Do your thing, science, but don't take this example of censorship and blanket it across every other f***ing situation. Censorship is just a filter, and sometimes the filter catches innocent things and them. Like what's happening right now in this sentence with words being bleeped that aren't actually profane. But censorship, like a filter, can be utilized to like safeguard against poisonous vitriol spreading into the ether. And there's enough negativity in this world without us adding more to it. Fight for the things going through the filter, like potentially useful chemicals that could actually save people, or art that could move people, or information that could inform people. But you know, these are just my thoughts, and they're not yours, okay? You probably didn't know that. You're like, these are my thoughts. No, they're not your thoughts. These are my thoughts. Maybe you share them, but maybe you just want to and my until your are swollen and bleeding. In other words, maybe you want to just slice and dice my thoughts until your fingers are swollen and bleeding. See? Censorship can be bad, but its badness is dependent upon what it's filtering. It's crazy. So can you guys tell me why you think the government has been sucking so much lately? Because I can't figure it out for the life of me. Is it us? Is it our fault? Should we care more? I know I should. Like and subscribe to the video. Also, you can click this annotation for our 5 daily stories, because we cover a myriad of news topics in a variety of comical and sometimes not comical ways. It's really just a smorgasbord of goodness. My name is Elliot Morgan. Have a wonderful, uncensored, but still loving day. Bye.